Spencer has planned the most magical birthday ever, as he does every time. It's always so wonderful and so sweet. We went and saw caves this morning, which was super, super cool. We did not get stuck in the cave, which made me super happy. And then what do we just do now?
We just went pottery painting. Now we're going to dinner.
I love pottery painting.
I haven't gone pottery painting since I was like 12. It's been a long time.
We had a lot of fun.
It was so fun.
Now off to dinner we go. We're at TJ Maxx now, and Spencer's always so sweet. I feel like I plan so much in my life for everyone else that I really do not like planning anything related to my birthday. It's like I plan everything else for everyone else. I always wanted to plan it for me. Spencer always does. He always plans, like, if McKenna could do everything she loves in a day, this is what she'd do. And it's always so sweet and so wonderful. So I'm here exploring TJ Maxx, and it's the best. I had such a nice birthday, guys. Usually for my birthday, I'm very much like, oh my gosh, it's my birthday. And I have like a countdown. I get very excited about it. But this year, I just kept forgetting that it was even happening. People were like, your birthday's in a week. Oh, it's in 3 days. Oh, it's coming up. And I'd be like, wait, what? So it was just such a beautiful day this year. It was so nice. The day before, on the 2nd, was the Oscars. And so we had dinner with the family and celebrated my birthday. And then we watched the Oscars, and Cody made like a cocktail list. And he made a cocktail for every movie that was nominated for Best Picture. And so, you know, he had one for Dune, one for Nora, and it was just so fun. And like we had like, you know, our voting sheets to vote for who was gonna win. And so it was just so lovely and so peaceful and so like calm and happy. And then on my birthday, Spencer planned like a day of just activities that I just love to do. Like I love caves, and so we explored a cave, and then we went pottery painting because I just love pottery painting. And then we had dinner, and then we went to Target and Home Goods, which is like we've done that. We've done Target and Home Goods every birthday we've ever had together. And so it was just so sweet. And he planned it all, so I didn't have to. And then we had cheesecake and gifts in bed at night. It was just so peaceful and so perfect and just so, so lovely. You know, there were several moments in my surgery where I did not think I was gonna make it out. And so, you know, we were at my birthday dinner, and I was like, I'm just so grateful that I'm even having this birthday, because there was a second there where I really didn't think I would. And so it was emotional, but super sweet, super lovely, super calm. My first like ever full-time job was at Rafiki, and it's like a nonprofit that helps widows and orphans in Africa. It was one of my favorite jobs I've ever had, because I felt so fulfilled, because like going into work every day knowing you're helping women in need just made me so happy. But at that nonprofit, every time someone had a birthday, the CEO of the company would ask, like the president would be like, what are 3 things that happened last year that you're grateful for? And what are 3 things you want to happen this year that you are like either praying for or just, you know, like a goal? And I loved that. I'd never heard of anyone doing that, but it was tradition there. They always did. And so I've taken that into my own life. And I always ask Spencer, and he always asks me. And it's a good way to like reflect on your year and see like, this is what happened, this is what you wanted to happen, this is what you didn't. I write them down so I remember, because if not, like, how do you know what you said last year? And then you kind of just say 3 things that you want this year. And I just couldn't narrow it down to 6 from last year or this year. But I had like 7 things that I'm thankful for last year, and also just like memorable things that I'm not thankful for, but I'm not like, I don't know. And then I had things that I wanted to do this year. Something that I said I was thankful for since this last year was that, you know, even though we lost Mary Claire, I'm just so grateful that I got to hold her and like tell her how much I loved her, and like sing her the goodnight song, and like spend like even if it was 15 minutes, spend time with her before she passed. I've gotten so many comments and messages from women who's like had such traumatic, terrible things, and what happened with Mary Claire was also so traumatic and terrible, but I'm just so grateful that I got any time with her at all, because you know, the first time I saw her, she passed away like 15 minutes later. And so I'm just so grateful that I saw her before she passed, and I was able just to hold her and tell her I loved her and hold her little hand, because, you know, it could have really easily been that didn't happen. And so even though it was all so horrible and I wish she was still here, I'm grateful I got what I did get. And so that really stood out to me last night. So it's emotional. It's really hard. I told my sister-in-law, talking to Amber this morning, and I was like, I feel like, you know, I'm at a stage where like I don't cry anymore every day, but I feel like emotionally fragile. Like things that usually wouldn't bother me or usually would be making into a big deal. I like really panic sometimes, or I really stress sometimes, or I get, you know, a gift someone gave me was like a beautiful like tree, and it had like Mary Claire's date on it, and it's like a remembrance beautiful thing for her. And I was so emotional. I had to like stop opening presents. I had to like take a moment and just be like, because I almost just like burst into ugly tears. And so I feel emotionally fragile is the word I'm using for myself right now, because I'm not like crying every day anymore. But I'm kind of like wrapped in bubble wrap, if that makes sense. And so I'm really grateful for such a great birthday. It was so peaceful. It was so wonderful. It was so great to be surrounded with all these people that love me. It was just very, very sweet. And very, very cute. Margaret is going through a stage where she like runs around the house and like picks things up and puts them in the laundry basket. She's very type A, I'm realizing. She's very like, things have a place, this is where they go. It's very cute, but I'm just like, she gets this from Spencer, because Spencer's so much more type A than me. So like her personality is really coming out now, and it's just so cute. And she's saying thank you, like she'll point to, if you give her something, she'll go thank you. It's just so, it's so cute. So it's been a really good week. It's going to be a great week. We're getting ready to travel. Again, we're going to Florida for a few weeks, and then from Florida, we go back to LA for my first wedding of this season. You guys, I'm walking every day to get back in shape for wedding season, because what I went through is very physical, but it was a different kind of physical than doing like weddings where it's like, you know, 18,000 steps. I did a wedding at Disney last January, and Sam and I walked like 18 miles. We tracked it. I'll have to like pull it up and get the exact steps, but it was crazy because the wedding was in California Adventure, and then the after party was in the park, and then we shut down these rides. It was crazy. And so I just have to get back into wedding shape or I'm gonna die this spring, because I got really beautiful but really intense weddings coming up. And so we're going to Florida, we're going back to LA, and so I'm just really excited. But it's also like I have to pack again. I have to be in a suitcase again. This kind of sucks. But I'm bringing my sourdough starter on the trip, because if I leave him behind, he will die. And so Romeo, the sourdough starter, will also be coming to Florida, and then maybe to LA. I kind of doubt it. I think I'll leave him here before I go. So that is my week. That's my update. I had a wonderful birthday. I'm so thankful. Oh my gosh, I released my new book. I was about to log off, and then I realized I will film a little clip of it because I don't have it right here. But I wrote a book in the hospital. It's called The Art of Celebration. It's like a love letter to my weddings and to my brides. I've been a wedding planner for like 13 years now, and I've always wanted to like showcase some of my work, it's some of like the memories, but also like have like tips and tricks throughout it too. And so it's like almost 100 pages. I laid out like things you should do, things you shouldn't do, what to look out for. And it's really like an overview for someone who's engaged or planning a wedding, or, you know, is curious about weddings, or really just wants a beautiful coffee table book of beautiful, inspiring weddings to look at. I think it's like 83 pages. And when I first started, I was like, am I going to be able to fill 82 pages? And I had so many pictures. Oh, my bride and grooms. They're so beautiful, guys. They're also photogenic. They're also lovely. I had to like cut it out because it was like 105 before I edited it down to 83 pages. So I just had to like cut. I was like, sorry, you don't make it, you don't make it, you don't make it. But I'm so happy with the way it turned out. And I'm just so pleased it was done. I wrote it in the hospital. And I've just been kind of like sitting on it ever since, because I was like, oh, my daughter passed. Read my new book. It just didn't feel right. And so Taylor Swift so often releases music for us on her birthday. And so I was like, I'm going to be like Taylor Swift and release this book on my birthday. It just felt really right to me. So Daughter Celebration, you can buy it on Amazon. I'll link it down below. I'll insert clips so you can like see a sneak peek, because it's really beautiful. And I said I didn't think this through and bring it here. But either way, I'm off to go make wedge salads for dinner, using up all the produce in my house before we travel. Finish up the last few meetings of the day. I've got floor plans to make. I've got timelines to send out. Gotta hunt down a florist. But good things, fun things. I'm thankful to still be here another year. I'm sad Mary Claire isn't here too, but I'm really thankful I at least got a little bit of time with her, because I really don't think that I thought that through until lately. And it feels so hard to be grateful when your child is gone, but I'm grateful I had some time with her at all. That was my first time leaving Mary Claire, because, you know, she's just buried in the backyard. And so it's like, it sounds so crazy, but I haven't left her since we all got back home. So that'll be hard, but it's gonna happen someday. So I just can't stay here forever staring at her, unfortunately. All right, guys, I'm gonna show you my book. That's it for me for the rest of the week. I will see you next week. I will see you in Florida at the beach, covered in sunscreen, because I do not do well out in the sun. But I hope you guys have a great week. I will see you very, very soon. Please remember to subscribe and like the video and comment down below. And I will see you guys, not sunburnt, but in Florida. Bye, guys. You guys, here is my book, The Art of Celebration. I am so pleased with the way it turned out. I just love it. I call it like the love letter to my brides and grooms. And so the first half, I have like overviews, like things to look out for. And then the second half is kind of like going into my tips and tricks for vendors and what you should do and what you should not do. And I wanted to have personalized touches. And so I wrote notes in there. This is my actual signature that I've put in. And so I'm just so happy with everything. I think it's so beautiful. I'm just so pleased. And I'm so proud of it. And so get your copy today on Amazon to celebrate and enjoy all the beauty. And if you are planning your wedding or know someone, this is the perfect gift for them.